Welcome to my channel. My name is Spectre, and today we're going to be watching a video about a man who spent $1 million on some Hot Wheels.
The collection today is worth well in excess of $1 million.
Imagine you get a job and you continue to save up paychecks, and then at one point you decide, no, I shouldn't help my kids with this or help pay for their college tuitions. No, I'm going to spend this money on Hot Wheels, just $1 million worth of Hot Wheels.
I insure it, I protect it, and
I would not be surprised if he treats his Hot Wheels like they're a baby and does not let it out of his sight because he's afraid if he does, it'll literally just snap out of existence.
enjoy it.
I feel like if you're named Bruce, you should automatically have a certain amount of cool factor. For example, like Bruce Lee, he's an actor, he's in all of his cool movies, and then Bruce Wayne, like Batman and all of that. For somebody who has a nice car and looks like they'd have at least a nice job or a nice hobby or something, nah. This dude is just a car collector, but it's not real cars, it's just toy cars, like little things kids would play with.
States lives the king of Hot Wheels.
Imagine being known as king of Hot Wheels. Like, you literally walk outside and you're trying to hang out with a friend, and then your neighbor just straight up goes, "Hey, what's good, king of Hot Wheels?" How are you supposed to explain to your friend why he just called you the king of Hot Wheels? That would be a pretty hard thing to explain if you're asking me.
7 years old, and my parents came home with a Hot Wheel. I was hooked. I collected them as a young kid.
I wonder what his parents thought after they brought him home a Hot Wheel, and then all of a sudden, when he's like 15, he just starts collecting like tens of thousands of Hot Wheels, or who knows how many at this point. And then they're asking, "Hey son, aren't you gonna grow out of this?" Or like they expect him to at least grow out of it and mature, but no, he collects Hot Wheels for a living.
And it was amazing.
Bro really pet his dog and just thought, man, screw this dog, I'm trying to go play with my Hot Wheels.
I currently have about 3,500 Hot Wheels in my collection.
If anyone has accumulated 3,500 of any object that they are interested in, they need to go talk to Dr. Phil, go on My Strange Addiction, or to see a therapist in general. All three of those are pretty valid options.
Just come into my room and sit back and look at pieces of history of the most famous toy car.
If you walk into this room, do you A, sit there and deal with it and just act like you support his passion, I guess? B, shoot yourself? C, jump out the window? Or D, both B and C?
Included in Bruce's collection is the most valuable Hot Wheels vehicle in the world, worth a whopping $150,000.
Explain to me how this man came up with the idea to spend $150,000 on a pink van. A pink van.
The most valuable Hot Wheel in the world is called the Pink Rear Loader Beach Bomb. And what's unique about this car is that this was the first attempt at Mattel to make a Volkswagen VW bus. And when they made it, they put the surfboards on the backside, they put a small sunroof on the top of the car, and then this pink rear load beach bomb was one of the only two made in the color pink, which was an attempt to sell toy cars to girls. It didn't do too well because boys bought them, smashed them with their hammers, and today this is the finest example and the most beautiful pink rear load beach bomb there is.
Since boys would smash the pink car thingy with a hammer, I want to see what would happen if someone were to take a pink van that looked exactly like the one he has right there and just smash it and see what he does. Would he just have like a mental breakdown and collapse right then and there?
And Bruce hasn't stopped at just collecting the toy cars.
At my old house, I had a small office that I never really paid much attention to, but I realized how much time I spend in my office with my Hot Wheels hobby. I decided when I moved to a new home, I hooked up with a great architect and I said, design me an office that looks like the President of Mattel's in 1970.
I wonder what the architect thought when the man came up to him and just said, "Yeah, I want you to design me a room that looks like something a spoiled kid who had an obsession with Hot Wheels would like." And then he was like, "Okay, I get whatever. I mean, it's a bag's a bag, so you gotta chase the bag either way."
And this way I can come in and just enjoy every single evening looking at 1,100 redline Hot Wheels on one wall and cases holding another 2,000 cars made at later days.
I wonder how he feels when he sees this wall. Does he just get aroused? Because like usually when people see a sunset, they just say, "Oh, that's pretty," and then they move on with their day. But he obviously has an obsession with just staring at his Hot Wheels for 27 minutes.
So for me, it's exciting to go into a Hot Wheels room that looks like a real Hot Wheels room.
Yup, I was right. He gets aroused when he walks into this room and just sees 20 billion Hot Wheels scattered across the wall. Also, what's a real Hot Wheels room? Is there such thing as a fake one? Just like one doesn't exist and yours is real just because you spent $2 bajillion on it?
It's incredibly important for me to preserve the history of Hot Wheels.
You know those people who collect art and they just like to show it off? They have like a museum, I guess, and then they just show it to everyone because artists will like it, and who knows, they might even offer on his painting. I feel like this is what he does, but with like cars. I'm pretty sure those are called historians, by the way. But he probably does this with his cars, and then he's just like trying to show it to all of his friends, but they just think he's really weird, so they just like, yeah, I gotta go. My wife needs me or something.
My dream one day would be to build a museum, to talk about the greatest boy's toy of all time.
That's crazy. I was right. He can be a Hot Wheels historian or whatever they're called.
And it's kind of funny because I think I have more items related to the original production in my house than Mattel does in its entire factory.
If you have more cars than the maker of Hot Wheels, I'm pretty sure you have a mental issue. You need to go speak to a psychiatrist like this instant. Just stop what you're doing, call up a psychiatrist, and they'll probably be able to help you. Actually, probably not, because they probably don't deal with people like this saying, oh, I have obsession with cars, help me please.
And I wouldn't mind splitting it up with other collectors with the Barbie doll.
This video keeps getting weirder and weirder. First, this man had an obsession with his Hot Wheels. Now he has an obsession, actually a fetish, with the people who collect the Barbie dolls, and most likely they're Barbie dolls, to be honest.
Why? It's very simple. Elliot Handler was the founder of Hot Wheels. His wife, Ruth Handler, worked at the same company, and she was his partner. She invented the Barbie doll in 1958.
Now all he has to do is find someone with a crazy obsession with Barbie dolls, like his obsession with cars, and marry her, and then they'll basically be the perfect couple, and they can run their insane asylum together.
Imagine that, a married couple where the wife created the #1 girl's toy in the history of the world, and the husband invented the #1 boy's toy in the history of the world.
It's not that crazy that two people who both designed the most popular boy and girl toy got married, but the fact that you want to open a museum for Barbie dolls and Hot Wheels is pretty crazy if you ask me.
Well, I must say, when you tell friends you collect Hot Wheels, you don't get the same reaction as you tell them you collect artwork, or you collect cars, or you collect baseball cards.
I mean, I'm not surprised that they find it weird that you like to collect Hot Wheels, because Hot Wheels are a little toy for like 6 years old and under. You are at least probably 30 or 40, and you're collecting them still. You have over 3,500 Hot Wheels. That's more than most people will ever have in like 7 lifetimes.
One of my goals in life is to elevate the hobby so you get the same level of appreciation. But many people look at me with bewilderment and say, "You collect those toy cars that I played with when I was a kid myself?" And I proudly answer, yes, I do.
I don't know why I just realized this and why this is important to the story, but it's really not, or like the video. But he kind of looks like a dude who would be on Mythbusters. Also, I'm not surprised they find it weird that you tell people, yes, I collect toy cars for 6 years olds. 6 years old? 6-year-olds. My name is Spectre, and thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, I want you to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, I will be uploading next week most likely, unless something goes down and the world ends or I die of the coronavirus. So see you later.